Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halaby and I'm a professional Muslim life coach, and I was sitting here in my garden just thinking about my day, thinking about what I've been doing, thinking about how I feel, just having a little bit of a ponder and a bit of a reflect. And something that came up for me was the things that we do sometimes that we know we should be doing. We know, like, we're not silly. You're not silly. You know that you should sleep, good solid 8 hours. You should eat foods that are healthy for you, that are good for you, that are nutritious, that are energizing, that suit your palate and your constitution. You know that. You know that you should exercise. You know that there's a lot of stuff that you know that you should be doing. But sometimes you just don't want to. When I talk to my clients and I asked my group this question the other day: what does self-care mean for you? And for a lot of the women, they were fairly new to the group, and their answers were, spa days, bubble baths, going out with friends, having some time to themselves, away from the kids, taking a bit of a break from their business, maybe just a half hour on their own without anyone needing anything of them, demanding their time, demanding their energy. For some, it was reading a book. For some, it was going for a walk. And self-care meant something very different to everyone. But what if you are feeling that, even though you know a lot of things, you know that it's important to look after yourself, you know all the right things, it's not that it's not that you're silly, it's not that you don't have that knowledge or that know-how. What about the times when you just want to veg, you just want to eat crap, you just want to, or you just find yourself scrolling through goodness knows what, cat videos, whatever it is, at midnight, and you are not sleeping well, you are not eating well, you are not resting or moving well. Instead of going for that walk that is good for you, you just want to veg, just want to chill, just don't want to move. You go the other way. You give yourself permission. It's like, oh, I really have earned this. I've had a really busy day. It's been a really hectic couple of weeks. I'm stressed. Lots been going on at work. The kids are doing my head in. It's just, I deserve this. I deserve this big sugary donut. I deserve to veg out. I deserve to just watch mindless TV. I deserve to just do jack. And all the while, you have the knowledge of what you know is good for you. That knowledge at that moment is not going to propel you to swap over the donut for a stick of celery. It's not going to get you to switch between vegging on the sofa to going for a 5k run. Because at that moment, your beliefs, your thinking, the permissions that you've given yourself in your mind will override every bit of good knowledge that you have. We will only ever behave, we will only ever take actions based on what we think and believe, based on what we believe in that moment. So even though you know what's right, you know what's good for you, there are times when you just think, living my best life right now is not on the cards. It's not even a thing right now. I don't want to live my best life. I don't want to optimize me. I don't want to empower me. I don't want to step into my power, whatever that means. I don't want to be the best version of myself. I just want to sit here with a tub of ice cream, watching daytime telly, or scrolling through social media, or just not doing anything productive, if you like. And in that moment, okay, we've all done it. We've all done that. We've all thought to ourselves, stuff this, I just want to veg. If that becomes the norm, if that is what you consider as self-care, because everything that I've spoken about isn't looking after yourself, isn't what is beneficial to you, or the most beneficial to you. If you saw yourself through a more consistent lens, and having that consistency so that you are not, you know, building up these reserves of stress, building up these moments of, you know, just got to get through this, got to get through that challenge, you know, I'm living for the weekend, just got to get through this whole week, just got to get that project done, got to get the kids sorted, you know, there's so much going through, I just need to get to Friday evening, I just need to get to the weekend or whenever it is, and then I can chill. And then it's the donuts, it's whatever it is that takes your fancy, and it's that stuff that we give ourselves permission. I deserve it. I just, you know, don't want anything. I don't want anyone. I don't want any hassles. I just want to veg. But what if you were, during the week, able to, or having pockets in your life of consistent release, of consistent ways in which you weren't building up the stress, you weren't building up all of those challenges, you weren't just living to get through, that you were actually starting off from, you know, a full tank, and that you had the energy, the reserves, the beliefs about yourself to level you out, to get you through. Now, I'm not expecting you to be doing cartwheels or, you know, getting up at the crack of dawn or, you know, going above and beyond. Just consistently showing up in your world in a way that doesn't deplete you. Because there are obviously going to be times when you are shattered, when you are stressed, when you are, when there's a lot going on. But think about it. When in your life hasn't there been a lot going on? Life is a series of, you know, there's always stuff to do. There's always stuff going on. You know, there's always laundry. There's always a project. There's always someone that needs something of you. There's always something that is going on in your life that, you know, needs attending to. And I'm just sitting here, and there's a cloud just there, big dark cloud. It will move, but right now it's there. It's hovering. You know, it will pass. But if all I can see is that cloud, all I can see is, oh my goodness, it's another rainy day or it's another cloudy day, I'm going to completely obliterate and forget that earlier on it was gorgeous. It was a lovely sunny day, and subhanallah, you know, I've had an amazing day. I've been doing what I want to be doing today. I've had a lovely time with kids, and now sitting here reflecting upon how things are going. When we think about, you know, I'll be okay when, or something else, sorry, just that came up in the group was that the ladies felt that they didn't have time for self-care. They didn't have time for, or the time, the energy, or money, or, you know, or support for self-care. That they needed certain things in place before they could, you know, care and attend to them to themselves. But if you, and we spoke about this, if you don't there's never time for self-care. There's never time, you know, there's never time presented to you. There's never finances or energy or moments or opportunities that are presented to you saying, here you go, here is your pocket of self-care, you know, kit. Here is the time, here are the finances, here are the opportunities, here is your self-care pack. You crack on. It's not going to happen unless you make it. We are so good, as professional Muslim women, we are so good at ensuring that everything else around us is well maintained, whether it be our business, whether it be our kids, whether it be our home, our partners, our families, our community. We're very good at ensuring that everything around us is ticking along. And we will sacrifice and compromise and take from our reserves to ensure that the things around us are ticking along. And on the surface, that seems like, well, that's what you do, isn't it? You know, it's what you do as a professional, as a mum, as a wife, as a, you know, as someone of standing in your community. That's just what you do. And then you think about all of the different ways in which there have been women that have been doing this for donkey's years and they seem to be all right. But are they? Do they not suffer the consequences maybe later on in life? These illnesses, the way in which it affects them later on in life, or, you know, after a certain amount of time. And they wonder, do you know what, I was healthy all my life and I don't know why. suddenly I've got these aches and pains, I've got diabetes, I've got, all these bits and pieces wrong with me or happening to me, and I can't figure out why. Well, it's a no-brainer, really, if you think about it. If you have spent your time, your energy, your focus, your life's work keeping everything and everyone else ticking along, and you have not looked after yourself, your body is going to pull in its time. It's going to remember what you owe it, and it is going to demand it back. I've completely gone off on a tangent, but I'm going to ask you, what does self-care mean for you? And what is the cost, not of self-care, but what is the cost in your life if you don't take care of yourself? And I'm not talking about bubble baths or spa days. If you do not attend to yourself in your physical, spiritual, and psychological, if you don't take care of your body, if you don't take care of your mind, if you don't nurture that relationship that you have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is the cost of that? Do you have time for that? Because if you don't, time will be made. If you don't make time for your physical care, your body will give you really big indicators to stop you in your tracks. If you don't make time for your emotional well-being, for your mental well-being, then things are going to get on top of you, and you are going to be stopped in your tracks again. And if you do not nurture that spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're going to find that things are not going to be going tickety-boo, however much you do. So I'll ask you 2 questions. What does self-care mean for you? And what is the cost in your life of not taking care of yourself? In my group, speaking to the amazing ladies that, alhamdulillah, I work with, who are knowing, who are intelligent, who are, making amazing moves in this world, who are showing up in their businesses, in their families, in their communities, in their homes, in, mashallah, doing so much and making such a difference in other people's lives, for them to have the space to really understand themselves better, so that when things are happening to them, it's not a, oh my goodness, where'd that come from? I'm not too sure. I didn't see that coming. Well, having more of an awareness of how you work, how you operate, how you live your life, how your life is led, how your experience is created, and then being able to fine-tune and creating consistent, small, daily habits, making that time for you, because your life isn't for someone else to lead. Someone else, no one else, has the, has your timetabling, has your scheduling, has your, is in charge of your energy banks or your financial reserves. You are not only responsible for those, but you're accountable. If you don't look after yourself, and if you don't prioritise your life, no one else is going to. So if you are a professional Muslim woman who is working really, really hard, who is, slaying it in her field, who is, looking after her family, who is doing a lot and has pockets of, feeling accomplished, feeling satisfied, feeling content, but underlyingly feels that she's always playing catch up, that whatever it is that she does is just not quite good enough. There's always, even when people compliment her, oh, that's brilliant, you're amazing, oh, well, didn't do this, or, oh, it was nothing, I've got, missed out on that, missed out on this. It's almost like it's not so much that nothing that she does is good enough, but there is that chasing that feeling of being good enough for herself. And I ask this in my group, what does good enough look like? But that's a conversation for another day. But I'll stick to this question, or these 2 questions. What does self-care mean for you? And what is the cost of not caring for yourself? And if you would like to really find out more about how you can make the changes in your life so that you are being consistent. You are consistently, treading through, navigating life, and not building up all of these stress, all of these overwhelming feelings till they burst. You have a safe passage to actually alleviate them, to release them in a way that you can just keep cracking on, so that it doesn't get to the point where you're like, stuff this, I've had enough, I just need to slob out. Which again, if that's what you want to do, it's fine. But if slobbing out is taking you away really from relaxing and resting and really having that way in which your body, your mind, and your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be eased, can be I can't remember the word I'm looking for now, but that you are just, instead of slobbing and, kind of pausing out of life, that you are in your life being able to take that break, but not taking a break from your life, but energizing yourself in a way that does energize you, taking a pause in a way that you are then filling that gap with the stuff that is great for you, that will propel you and keep you on an even keel, so that you're not experiencing the lows really, really low. You're just on a level, and you know that you can navigate anything with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will and permission, with his help. There's nothing that you can't work out. There's nothing that you can't overcome. If you'd like to know how to do that, and if you'd like to be part of that group of amazing ladies who are on the same mission, then you can email me at Farah Halaby. No, you can't. You can email me, but not at Farah Halaby. You can email me at connect@farahhalaby.com. I shall be popping a link in the comments if you would like to book in a consultation so that we can speak and really find out what is going on for you and help you create the most bespoke, one-to-one, tailored help and support that speaks to you and what you're going through. My name's Farah Halaby. As always, I pray that you are safe, well, happy and healthy, and inshallah I shall pop on for hopefully a shorter conversation. But for now, take care. Assalamu alaikum.